Good evening, and welcome to San Marino League Round 5. This live stream. Hopefully there'll be a picture up as well. When I do this, yes, there's all the live games for this round. And let me just try this one. Alright, I think there's sound as well, and the button is working. Very nice. Alright, so round 5 in San Marino. Last weekend we were defeated by the top team Cha, Raffaello, C and FC. They'll be playing the unknowns today. We'll be playing the bot team at the bottom of the division, so it's basically about getting through that match without any hiccups, really. The unknowns might have a tough time getting through in the matchup against Cha Raffaello, but hopefully someone will be able to beat them somehow during the season. Mickey B plays BKS Union Belize, and it looks like it'll be an even matchup today if we look at the numbers, at least. Fairly even in TSI and also in wages, really. Mickey B ahead on form, so perhaps that'll be enough to make a difference. Ladendicht versus AC Vigrum Solfri, and if we look at this one, it's also very close. Very close on form. Vigrum Solfri leads on the stamina, but are then behind on the experience. So even matches expected from me, at least. Let's take a look at the top flight. Maialinas are third after 4 games, and they play Avanti Acquaviva Calcio in this one, who are in the qualification match zone for now, just above the relegation zone. But they could make a charge towards top 4 if they win today. Damiano Tomassi, 2 losses, 2 wins so far, placed 5th, but again, if they can win today, they'll surely move ahead of Regatta Garibaldi, who's also 2-2, so to say. Picro Ubise against Sonic the Hedgehog. It's number 2 versus number 7 in this one. We have a suspension for Jonel Ariton, and it does look like it might be a tough matchup for the guests tonight. Picro Ubise will be hoping to win in order to put some pressure on Penarosa Bramante. They play Valpork today. Dead last, well, not dead last, because they're kind of close, and they've got a victory so far in the campaign. Penarosa with a single defeat, and it'll be interesting to see if Penarosa can keep on with the super, what should we call it, the streak they're having, winning the top flight in San Marino. They are also participating in the Hattrick Masters, as well as the Copa Guaita. Oh, that's the red one. Oh, wait a minute. They were knocked out of the Coppa Titano. Let's just take a look. Coppa Titano. Five rounds, okay, so they lost to Once Baltringues. Ooh. Can't be too happy about that. This might be a game changer in the fight for the championship. Simply because he can't use the cup as a vehicle to keep his team spirit up. That's an interesting development. Interesting to see. Hey Hampson, how you doing? Hope you're doing fine on this Sunday. Feeling like a champion. That sounds like you're doing well. Sounds like you're doing well. I should show you guys something. I've been lucky in one way, you could certainly say. If I just go to my Danish team. So actually I should start on this team. So with Fabriken, I was doing this live on the Danish League Dawn, and I gambled on a 16-year-old and found a 16 years and 9 days player, right? So that felt pretty good. Then with my primary team in Denmark, Kalvehave, I gambled on another 16-year-old. Look at this. He was 16 years and 5 days. And wow, that's not all of it. Last week I gambled on a 16-year-old in Kalvehave CF as well. And he was 16 years and 3 days. Would you believe that? And then he revealed a technical spec, and he revealed a solid potential in playmaking as well. Absolutely crazy. Sometimes gambling works. Most of the time it doesn't. Anyway, matches are approximately 30 seconds away now. So, looks like I'm lucky these days. At least in Hattrick. It's a little annoying we have this bot in the league, but unfortunately it wasn't possible to find anyone for this season. Anyway, we're reloading and we're looking at some ratings. I think I'll start with these two fairly even matches. This has Mickey B written all over it. All over it. And DXG tells the same tale here. Lokomotiv Ladendicht versus AC Wimsoldenfri. Counterattack, Titanic. I think they should be the favorite. And normally I'd say the simulator underestimates it a little. So it could be quite even here. Yay! Just hoping we won't get any injuries whatsoever. Nice to have a chance to play the wingers at the wing slots. To to see what they can actually do. And it definitely helps. Bit of a disappointing turn up for the match though, but it's rainy weather, unfortunately. Ciao, Raffaello. Perhaps they'll be able to keep them from scoring too many goals at least. But they are the favorites nonetheless. Maialinas. Avanti Acquaviva Calcio. If I win today, it'll be a big result for me. Are you playing right now? King's Line, welcome. Favoring the home team here, yeah, I understand. But a slight underestimation of the counter-attack here, I think. You start in 43 minutes. Alright, we could definitely have a look once the game starts. If you feel like it, just post a match ID. Completely even in midfield. And the question is, does the simulator favor this? I think it favors a quite good central sector. I think it will rate Garibaldi as the favorite here. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Oh. Match ID. Let's see. Yeah, I remember. I think I had a look at your team once before, right? Do they have players above the age of 28? Because then it might actually skew the statistics a bit here. Oh wait, I should go to the live page. But yeah, it looks like it'll be tough. I cost him the league last season. Oh, so he's out for revenge. Anyway, it's added, so we can follow it once the match actually starts. Like that. Penarosa, Bramante. But he's played offensive. And there's the man mark. No, wait. It's a man mark from the away team. Away team, obviously. When you trading midfield rating, then opening up defensively. And here comes the other man mark. Raul Camps. Man marking Flachkowski. Ooh. The favor swings for Bramante. Now a yellow card for Sergio Larea in the central defense now. Alright, so we've had a few things happening in this one already. Interesting. Pigro Obese are playing down the wings. You can certainly tell why. Divine 27, that's pretty high. Sonic the Hedgehog. World-class pressing. We have a attack moved in the second minute of play, but they miss. And then we have the first chance pressed away by Sonic the Hedgehog. Alright. World-class pressing, that's quite high, I should say. One man mark here. Garibaldi. Gary Bailey. Man marking Ernest Bochilski. That should give them the edge. No? What? Ever so slightly? 60%, but they... I'd say the Garibaldi would take the edge here with the central attack sector, because they're both tacticless. Why do you provoke a bot team? Because it's a bot team. So Phil, why not just why not, really? They provoked me by being a bot team. Are any of you guys following the Hattrick Masters? Oh yeah. Yeah, I have the diamond package. Not really. Alright. I do because, well, one from the community in Denmark is regular on the Twitch channel for the Danish League streams. He played against one of the contestants today, so... and drew. I usually pay a little attention to the Danish managers. Slow start, especially to this game, right? When it starts in 34 minutes. Myalinas seem to be performing well today compared to the last competitive match. Virum Free, attacking down the right, that's the Wrong sector for them. It's the second attack there. And they haven't scored so far. Still deadlocked. All the matches are. It might be stolen. Hattrick Masters, the promised land. How do you follow it? San Marino left 17 players in the squad. I'm glad that Senati's still one of them. Oh, wanna check one more thing. Just to see how the Croatian teams are doing. Okay, pretty good team spirit for San Marino, so... I'm just happy to see Senati still part of the setup. Nicola Arco. Attacking down the middle, Mickey B could very well take the lead here. Steve Benfica. Hey, hello, welcome. Nice to see a new face in the chat. Well, come on in, and just as you enter, we have a goal from Nicolai Belgigano. Central attack, 13 minutes into the game. Mickey B makes another goal in the stream. That's Nicola Arco. Central attack, 14 minutes in. Hope you're doing well, Steve Benfica. If you played already this weekend in Hattrick, I hope you had a you've had the desired results. Hello, no name boys. No name boys. Greetings from Tosita. Been binge watching the videos for a while. You gave me the drive to start a new Hattrick team. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad to hear so. I always enjoy seeing people or having people say that, because most of the, I should say, probably half of the people coming to Hattrick nowadays are probably returning players. But that's pretty cool. Which country do you play in? Or did you see another handle, or? This one, okay, nice. Had a few Portuguese players recently. Portugal. Division 7. Picro Ubise has taken the lead. Detlef Massen. I wonder if is he Swedish? No. Oh yeah, Germany. Ah, okay. I was thinking. Takes a pretty big country to have a 7th division nowadays. So do it like this. Mickey B makes it 2. Ferruccio Guanacelli and Damiano Tomasi. Egidio Bocchini. Left attack. They won't be unhappy about that fact. Division. Portugal. See if we can Oh, I was getting confused there. Let's just look up the team ID instead. So you played before. Let's check out. Oh, I see what's happening here. Winger. Forward. $35. All right, yeah, I had a different username as well. Training Wings, second season now. I'm back. Did I miss anything in the matches? Yeah, plenty of goals. Plenty of goals while you were away. You have a new supporter. Yeah, you do. I want to support this team as well. Yeah. Nice. Training Wings. That's a good choice. Training Wings is a very good choice, still. So, in the matches so far, we have Mickey B leading 2-0 against BK's Union Police. Deadlock between Ladendicht and Vigum Sorgenfri. Kalvehave, Inter Kalvehave leads 1-0. They are beating the Bots today. Deadlocked 0-0 at Charter for LOC and FC Chilla Black Stadium. In the top flight we have Mayalinas attacking right now, even though it's still deadlocked. Vance Bowen. Off the post, but still deadlocked here. Damiano Tomasi leads 1-0 against Brigata Garibaldi. We have Piccolo Obisa ahead in the contest versus Sonic the Hedgehog United. And the defending champions, Canarosa Bramante, the longest serving team in the Hattrick Masters. At least the team with the most matches played there. Of all the current participants, that is. They are still deadlocked against Valporch. Or Sa Pischikida. I hate this word. I can't. I don't know. Damiano Tomasi up by 2 now. Carlo Cruyff Polini. Short ball out to the left. Valporch. Tore Videren. That sounds Swedish. It is. Shoots wide of the goal. That was a golden opportunity They cannot afford to miss any attacks with these conversion rates. They do have the smallest margin. You guys have any hints about the training plan? Should I start a cycle straight away with my current trainees? They're not bad, but not great either. Or should I train them 3 or 4 seasons? If you have found some pretty decent winger trainees, I would train them for 3 seasons. Definitely. Try to sell them at mythical. That way you should make around, well, that's just for the 100% slots. You should be able to make approximately 30 million euros. Valpork down the middle here. Do they have the relevant specs? Because if, like, it's only a matter of, not only, but mostly a matter of patience then. If you have decent winger talent. It does perhaps make sense to check out the transfer compare already at extraterrestrial before you reach mythical, because they start getting a bit expensive for wages. But let's just check this goal here by Vagn Krabbe. Mickey B, he's Danish, I'm certain. Yes. Like, I'm currently doing a cycle in Denmark, and as well as San Marino, you guys know that. But I would have trained my wingers for a longer period of time if I hadn't had the homegrown players come through at the time. And that was because I had not just one good homegrown player to start the cycle with, but 3 in both of the teams. I would have continued for longer. So I'm a bit short on cash, and that means I have to do better than I am currently, to be honest, making a little extra cash. But I would, before starting the cycle, I would recommend filling the coffers just a bit. People tend to say 50 million euros or more even. I don't agree with that if you have a little experience trying to skill trade a bit as well. You could definitely do with less. You could earn more money on the way. But if you want to play carefree with your cycle, 50 million is not a bad way to start. I started with 30 million or so. Penarosa equalizes here. It's Lerne Brito from a penalty. Any tips for making the most of the half training positions? For a newly started team, finding the good trades for the wingback slot might be a bit difficult. Lokomotiv Ladendicht takes the lead. Direct free kick from Matthias Kastner. Back to those half 50% slots. What I did, simply because I started from day 1 with the Intercalvaheo, was to find like 1900 HGMS players. Also, right? And for the friendlies, I would try to swap them after 90 minutes, trying to get extra training time. So they would get, instead of 50%, they would go to 66. So if you imagine buying 8 trainees, the 4 best goes into the 100% slots. Number 5 and 6, you try to get them to 66% training. And then the two worst, you train at just 50%. Myalinas goes up by 1-0 Vladislav Girtuga. Specs mandatory, yes. Once, like if you imagine, hey Perry, love to hear it, man. Excellent. Nice. Speed, yeah, quick and unpredictable. Ulla i mosen. Yeah. I remember now that you mentioned it. Nice to hear that it reached you safely. I personally don't mind headers, but that's like, especially if you look at high-end, and when I talk high-end, I talk like national team. That's the examples you've had, right? Italy, Spain. They've been playing with unpredictable and headers, creative, and they have been doing quite well. Even though it was, once people see the pattern, it's quite predictable, but they've just been going hard with that. And that way you could go with headers on the wing as well. And if you imagine, like I was lucky enough to get 2 headers for my central midfield, my inner midfield core trainees, right? You might as well build on it. If you plan to build a team that should be able to keep possession in most games, because your inner midfielders will have the homegrown advantage as well. Header unpredictable was strong. And there's no downside compared to a quick. Quick loses skills in in the sunny weather and the rainy weather as well. Valpork goes up 2-1, attacking from the left and makes it 2-1. It was Alejandro Gironteles. Hey McCulloch, you're doing well. Having a good Sunday evening. Thomas Leonardi. What? Perniciousness is this? I haven't heard that word before. But he doesn't care at least. Now it's 2-2 again. AC Williamson equalizes from a corner. I'll have to take a look at. Did they do changes to the number of divisions in Portugal this season? They did. I'm guessing you have 512. See, like if you look at this division, and then you take the same division in Denmark, we only have 256, meaning we have 2 direct promotions and 2 qualification matches. If I were you, I would try to get the second place, get the qualification match, and lose it, and wait. Piccolo Obese is now up by 2. Danilo Valguero. And we have an equalizer as well in the match between Raffaello and the Unknowns. That's not an equalizer. That is Raffaello taking the lead from a penalty in the 31st minute. And Francioni, the homeboy, scoring from a chance down the right. Like you said, you're probably not ready to compete in 5th division already. And like, how many fans are you getting each update right now? Yeah, you are 3-0 now for Calveo. Giro Lomoni. You're nowhere near the cap. You're nowhere near the cap. Damiano Tomasi, 3-0. Abdenua Modani. Right attack. 33 minutes in. So you have to remember, you get 10% extra fans when you promote. So right now you have 900 and... let's say 950. I'm not entirely, I don't remember the exact cap, but when you promote, you get 95 extra fans right now. Let's say, all right, so you'll be, how many more updates? Anyway, if we say you had 1200, you would get 120 fans from the promotion in one go. You're basically wasting that bonus as well as not being able to compete anyway. When you're not able to compete, your fan mood will drop eventually, and you'll lose money every week, every time you play at home, because you won't be able to fill out your stadium as well. You should definitely wait. I promoted last season only really because they changed the system so that we have 2 direct promotion spots and 2 qualification. So while I wanted to make the most from spectators, trying to optimize spectator income, the idea is to with the Danish team. I can show you. Right now I play in 5th division, and I promoted last season, and I'm able to keep a spot in the 3rd place. That's also while I'm not playing my best players from the cycle. Today I managed to get a draw, but my PNF was played in the central midfield. This is This is my 5th season in cycle. And it's the 8th season, I think, with the main team. Intercalvao is not strong enough to promote from the 4th division in San Marino because there's so few divisions, so it's just perfect. But right now, like soon we'll be back. I haven't said this about in the Let's Play, that'll be in the episode I release tomorrow. But we are currently training passing in order to give Zanati better chances in the under 21s team. But once we get back to training that playmaking, we should be in a position relatively soon where we can perhaps add a few players and start moving up in the divisions a little, at least to 3rd. But it's always a balance when you're playing a cycle. If you overextend and you spend the money too early, you won't have the money once you want to buy the real roundup players. And obviously you want the roundup players to be as good as possible. So I'll be able to train 6 players total with my cycle in both Intercalvao and the Danish team. So it's also about making enough money to be able to buy good players. Which is easier in a country like San Marino because you naturally play in a higher level, having more fans. "38 minutes in. Comfortable lead. We didn't pick up a yellow. Okay, this means that I shouldn't promote for at least 5 or 6 seasons. I need to train these trainees, sell them, buy better trainees, and start a cycle. I should only be ready by season 4 or 5. I mean, you will be making some money while you train now. If you make 30 million training 3 seasons, 3.5 perhaps, from the main trainees, and you sell off the other trainees along the way, you could be ready in 4 seasons, 3.5 seasons. Did you open your academy? I didn't check that, but I probably should have. Okay, the thing is, you might also get some homegrown players, or 1 or 2, perhaps even 3, and depending what kind of cycle you want to build. The thing that's quite expensive about the inner midfield cycle that I'm doing right now is you want to buy half-baked wingers. And that's That's 15 million euros. 3.5 seasons in. That you're down also. If you... Alright. But that will not be well timed with the... Exactly. You're on to what I'm trying to say. They will be too early. But as I said, and I'm a strong advocate against always just following that 50 million rule that seems to be popular nowadays. I'm saying 50 million euros if you want to play worry-free, unless you directly misplay during the cycle and do strange things. You could do with less money if you have an idea what you're doing. You tried Hattrick before and stuff. We are getting very close to the second half. Well, at least halftime here. And we'll be seeing USV JGS 85 versus might want to get ready for a butchering here of a name. The Wolfgang. The Wolfgang, I don't know. The Wolf. Ah. But never did. I played Hattrick before, but only for fun. Oh, you can forget about having fun now. Now it's serious business, right? Went up a couple divisions, started Division 8 back in the day, went up to Division 6 or 5. But the thing is, your main advantage now is that you know that it takes a plan from the beginning. Right, you know that. Oh, yeah, we call it a due, a pigeon, a due in Danish. Yeah, you know that you need a plan. I used to play the same way you did. This is the fourth. I have a player from a youth team called Duvendans, which is translated to pigeon dance. You can have fun as long as you don't train defense through. So I used to play just like you, and I've started Hattrick 4 times. The second time was in 2005, 2003, and I reached 3rd division, perhaps. I think same the 3rd time, but then I ran out of money. But because I played it like FM style, trying to train a little, buy some players, buy some better players, and then all of a sudden, blah, no more money. You almost promote to 2nd division, you fail, then you realize your team is too old, you can't do anything about it, and you get annoyed by the fact that you can't get further. And if you're stupid like me, you quit Hattrick and you wait another 7, 8 years, and you start again. But now, this time, this time we have a plan. I'd even say I was a little lucky in Denmark, because I just returned to Hattrick, and I instantly bought a few. One of them was a technical player. I wasn't aware of the fact that they are not often used in club play, right? And I just like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'll just start out with some playmaking, sell them quickly, make some a few bucks, and then I opened some cycle threads and a few other things, and I realized the need for half-baked wingers, for those teams being 3-4 seasons into the midfield build. Then I looked at the statistics, and I sold all my midfielders. I was lucky to earn quite a few money on some lucky trades there. And then I bought wingers, started the wingers. Started keeping track of the wingers in Denmark and in San Marino. And I found that if you don't want to skill trade, if you don't know the market yet, winger training. This, you say it'll be a big win, but it looks quite good. King Slime. This can't be true. Nah. You should be able to get a result here. Yeah, you're favored. You should win this one. Okay. Do like this. Let's see this guy. Alfredo Pereira. I can't really. What's his skills like now? No, I can't see anything. You start off with a regular attack down the middle. The fact that you steal that attack is a good start. Okay, so he's. Let me. I'm trying to creativity. That should be playmaking. Passable winger. Oh man, he's a very good player. Do you know how far he is in playmaking? Do you have sub levels? Hector Branca. Hello from Brazil. I like your channel. Thank you very much. Nice to see another new name. Very many new chatters today. Hope you are having a good evening, Hector. Yes, I'm from Denmark. Wing, he's like 3 games from promoting. Okay. You should definitely be training passing all the time, because you can train that fully while training the others no matter where you play. For now, I would disregard the defense. I would finish his winger. How many games did he? "11 matches to go." No, that can't. Oh, with friendlies or what? I would finish his winger, then try to finish his playmaking while finishing up passing. If he's not close in defense, it will take a long time. I see videos from Intercalvehave. Yeah. They are right here. The good old Intercalvehave. Perhaps you could swap out the passing in just one of the friendlies to check see if defense while you train playmaking. What's your team called? Zanotti, Francioni and Camellini. Yes. Mr. Zanotti. And I'll be releasing a new episode tomorrow once we know what happens today's game. Zanotti is stronger. Yeah, he's the best player. Yeah, that's what I would recommend for now. Oh yeah, change to wing until he's finished, if he's close. Yeah, I'm training. No, I'm actually. You haven't heard this, so now you get a little spoiler. We are actually doing a bit of passing training for in order to get as many under 21 matches for Zanotti. We were requested to do so, but only until the under 21's adventure is over. Which will be in (29, 30, 41 days. 41 days. Trained defense for 2 seasons. Yeah, so I did that at Intercalvehave, and in Denmark I finished all of the defense training. Yeah, it is quite boring. I actually made a defense training cycle in the channel. If you are crazy enough. I think the thumbnail also says that. Are you crazy enough? The reason why I wanted to make that cycle is because that's the only way you could train your own keeper as a half-baked player. Now I'm training playmaking 2nd season. What's your team called? Let's take a look, if you don't mind. Leite con chocolate. Chocolate. Hmm? Can't find it. I was stressing about missing events in the game, and then I remembered. It's half time. The name is correct. Could you find your team ID? This number here? I found you. Don't worry. Chocomilk. I found you because you were a guest in my team. Alright. Alright, let's take a look. TSI. Let's sort by TSI. You trained defense 2 seasons. Now you train playmaking, inner midfielder. So 1 homegrown. Base training. What's the with the Japanese names in the Kuhai? Rodrigo. Oh yeah. I don't dare trying to pronounce this. Kiao Mutkorim. I don't know. Is that how you write that you laugh? Your team is weak. Don't worry about it. In due time. I don't understand why you are not training 5 with playmaking. I would definitely make sure to do so. Oh, you gotta... Sorry. Rodrigo, red card. Oh. That's the league match. Angry man. Yeah, the problem is you're still in the cup, right? Oh, you're... You were still in the cup, so that meant he couldn't even make up for it. A cup match or something. Yeah, exactly. But the problem is you can't put him on the field if he's suspended. Back to the games here. And that's the perfect approach. Just train in the beginning. Worry about winning some other life. No. This team is King Slime. No. Of course, one training won't hurt a lot in the long run, but it feels bad, right? It's also because when you think about it, right now, one training, like when your players are 20 years old, your one training feels like a lot. Oh, he will miss like... My team is this one. One training feels like a lot when you are in the beginning. But when you're in the end, when you're training really high skills, it's not a lot, right? 3 goals. Yeah, I'm playing a bot team today. Unfortunately. There's the 1-0 Francois Bahn. Yeah, all offensive. Because we're playing a rubbish team. Set of bots. But we've been punished for the defeat against Charafello. Unfortunately. My team doesn't have passing. Nah, neither does mine, really. A little, perhaps. But if you look at Francione, inadequate. Zanotti should be poor. You'll see in the next episode. But that's the reason why he needs a bit more. I mean, especially when he's in the under 21s. Right now, 1 week of passing. If you lose 1 week's training right now at this level, it's a lot. But it's easy to boost him a little for the under 21s team, being a more complete player. And I guess it's also because they want to be able to utilize him in a counter attack. So it makes sense. Makes good sense to give him a little passing. Help them out. I would have been training playmaking straight up right now if he wasn't in the under 21s. Going for dinner. Enjoy. Enjoy. Hope you're having something nice. And I have to buy wingers. Very nice to meet you. Very nice to see you here in the chat as well. I hope I see you some other time. And well, you're very welcome. Always feel free to ask any question you might have about the game. I don't promise I'll be able to answer it all, but I'll do my best to do so. And I'll also tell you if I don't know. Because people need good advice, right? Thanks everybody for the nice chat. So expensive, yeah. Also, there's one thing, like I've been saying it as a general tip for Hattrick is don't get too attached to your players. Sell them if you have to, and celebrate them when they score. But I mean, but I'll show you guys. Like that's probably the main mistake I've made with any of my cycles. The biggest mistake I've made. I'll show you. And now it was a Saturday morning. I was rushing around. And I had a bake arrangement for this guy. Had the alarm on the on the phone and everything. And then I got carried away. And I couldn't let this guy go. Just like, let him go. He's too expensive. This was the half-baked winger, so I ended up paying way too much. Way too much. And I shouldn't be looking at it because it's annoying. But there's nothing to do about it now. 5-0. Francione. Hey, they should name a game after that guy. Yeah, I think it's around 80. Perhaps a little more because I have to say, at the time, this was before the end of HGAL. And people were quite anxious about, so they weren't putting players in the market. So there weren't a lot of them. So right at that moment, it might have been higher, like 90 million, 9 million euros. 90 million Danish, right? Yeah, and the crazy thing about this thing was, for all the time I've played this time around in Hattrick, it had been so easy to just let it go, but I had been waiting for that guy for 4 seasons. While he was baking. I was stressing and I should have let him go. And alright, I'm getting a little triggered by the fact that I did that actually, but it's because it's worse. So the same day they had both of the wingers. I had another bake arrangement that day, and to be honest, the other guy that I had the arrangement for he wasn't better, but I wanted him more than this guy. But because I had overpaid for this guy, I couldn't buy the other guy. So I had to end up buying a Swede. Can you imagine? I had 2 Danish wingers lined up. And the other annoying thing was, he didn't go into a bid war like that. I just didn't have the money. The Danish folk. The Danish bloke, that is. So I had to look across the water. Yeah, and I had to buy Lilleborg. And for now, it's okay. I mean, he has a cool name, so, but he's a header. But I got him for 85. You can see his estimated value is actually higher now than the other guy. So, but I don't mind getting a head specialist because I have krona is like, if you take dollars, yeah, it's exactly like you say lillebror in Danish as well, little brother. Krona, if you have euros, so 10 million euros is equal to 100 million. All right, but enough about my mistakes now. Francione with the hat trick. Be right back. Mickey B and BK's Union Belize are Raffaello. Oh yeah, they are. World-class defense. It'll be a while before we can beat them, but yeah, once we get the PNF into the team, and we can have a look at finding some fill players. But the truth about Girolomoni, Firstuli, these two are just starting players. Because by the time I have the PNF, because I feel like it doesn't make sense to... Yeah, but I'm in no hurry. I don't want to spend unnecessary money trying to promote right now when it will be 6 seasons, 7, 8 seasons before Zanotti is on the peak. Yellow card for Zanotti. That's the Fiorentino Zanotti. No injuries though, I hope. At some point, it does make sense to try to balance, because if you can promote a little early, perhaps you won't have to. You could get unlucky and get into a super competitive 3rd and 2nd division, and then you just, provided that you have a team that could actually go to the top division. That's not always the case. You're losing time in the top division if you don't manage to promote early. So at some point it does make sense to try to see if you can promote early. Patience is definitely the main component to possess in this game. 2 regular chances. That's not bad at all, but Brigata, Garibaldi. From the left, Alessio Toma. And now a free kick in the other direction. Ernest Puchilski. Is that a direct free kick? Tipped over by Ansi Alto. I did come away with a point. 3-3 draw as well from a counter-attack. It's been quite a while since I played counter-attack, so I'm happy about that. What players are using 50% playmaking? I try to skill trade in the 50% slots, trying to find relatively young and badly listed players, in the sense that they shouldn't have been listed, being just 1 or 2 training or 50% training away from a pop. Gelena, hi, love the content. Greetings from Belgium. Loving the fact that I see a new face in the chat here. The skills depend. What I really did, because you have to find a niche economically that fits your team as well. But what I actually did was, obviously I used the Seco TSI tool in Foxtrick, and only the TSI tool, because salaries have been increased and it hasn't been adjusted for the fact that there's an increased wage bonus for specialists now. Then I tried to find players close to the cap, listed cheaply. I looked at formidable, standing, and brilliant. And then I started buying them, training them, and then I noted the TSI and the form when they popped. And then I started refining my search filter. And before the closure of HTL, it was, I would say it was easy to make money that way. And then it started crashing a bit. And you put your forwards. I'm not sure I understand. Gelena, by the way, so you're playing in Belgium. Have you been playing Hattrick for a long time? Oh, you train your forwards in the 50% slots? Yeah? It does make sense. I do that as well if I can't find a good target player for the skill trade. I usually train a forward as well. But you might as well train. Now I train my wingers in the 100% slots during the week as well. I should say that. So I don't always play my to-be main wingers in the wing slot. Some weeks they just play in the midfield. Because you cannot, I don't want to waste a 50% slot if I can find a skill trade. Another goal for USV JGS85. Belgium, San Marino, Burkina Faso and Denmark restarted last week after an absence of 4 full years. But I love to hear when people return to Hattrick. Very cool. It's an interesting spread of countries, so to say. So Belgium, San Marino, Burkina Faso, and Denmark. Nice. I can tell you this much. If you feel like playing in an active division at some time in San Marino, we do have a bot team. So you could swap during the started with goalkeeper training till the end of the season, and we'll pick wing after that. Sound choice, Mickey B. Oh, it's been a while. Obviously, that's because I restarted the viewer. Nikolai Belgiugano. You should I would always recommend getting into an active series, because that way you don't have to engineer anything in terms of trying to avoid promotion. That will happen naturally, while you have some good fun as well, because you play against actual managers. I did that with my primary team in Denmark back in... I would actually have to look it up. If you look at club history, V100. So if you look at these guys, '84 perhaps? No. Oh, we moved divisions. 86. Vinagrik, Viborg, MEMK, Odins, Faxe, Dynamo. 87. So playing in an active division. Sometimes it's hard to get the teams changed out. Yeah, it's my hometown city I lived in as a boy. And last year I promoted. It's a very small city. We are halfway through the second half here. Peñarosa might actually be in a slip up here. As things stand, we have 3 teams with 10 points in the top of the league. Oh yeah, in my league, Raffaello leads. And they will win. I don't think they'll drop any points, to be honest. Even though they do have a bit of a hard time getting past the defense here, but they've scored once. Behind on specs, but not by far. The unknowns. I play in league with him, the manager in Denmark as well. It's because he's training defense. I mean, for the age of his team, look at this defense rating. Or is he training keepers? I don't actually remember. Should check it out. But yeah. I'd say for the majority of the managers in Hattrick, defense is just something you have to get out of the way. I was so relieved when I was finally done training defense with my team in Denmark. Trying to compete a little while defending, but as soon as you are out of the jam, it feels good, right? Because it does pay to have solid defensive players. Mine are, 2 of them are world class, and my best player, Rico Åstrup, my PDIM, is a few trainings away from Titanic defending. But yeah, I do admit it was tough to get through. You can see Zanotti here. World-class defending. Frangioni, magnificent, and Camillini, magnificent. So a little less defense in this cycle, but that's also because I have a PDIM in Denmark. Marco, hello, hope you're doing well. Feel free to shoot. Penalty shout for Mickey. That's usually a missed chance. Diving. Busy like an airport today. Yeah, it's good. It's always nice when you have action in the chat. It does make everything a little more naturally in the flow of a live stream, rather than sitting not interacting with chat, because sometimes, you know, you could have like double what we are now, but no one's saying anything. I would rather have half the chat, but people being more active and asking questions and stuff. You're doing very well, Hector. Don't worry at all. I mean, Fabio Giacchi. Lokomotiv Ladendicht also taking the lead in their matchup, scoring from a central attack, 9%. You'll be happy about that. And Regatta Garibaldi clawing back once more, now only trailing by 1, 3 goals to 2. Jose Ramos Fernandez. Central attack, 32. 32? No. 3-2, 75 minutes into the game. Who? Is getting promoted worth it? I'm on the 6th division, level 6 series, and started playing recently Regatta. Oh yeah, they're doing alright, I should say, but that's not the most crazy. I can buy a few players to go into Division 5. Is it worth spending the money, or should I only buy players when cycle training? What country do you play in, Marco? Because that also matter. But generally speaking, if you're just started, Oh, you are also from Portugal. We just had another Portuguese guy leaving the chat asking the exact same question. How recently did you start playing? Did you start playing? Okay, I'm not the best in it at English as well, I guess. The thing is, okay, so you are quite new. You should wait. You should try to get the second place, and see if you can get away with a loss in the qualification match. To win as much to get the best possible result and win as many games as possible to keep the fans happy, and then wait. You shouldn't spend, in my eyes, waste any extra money trying to survive, because it only means you won't have that money when you really need them later. Training wingers. Yeah, wingers is a good choice. Actually, now I want to see if we have so many people coming in saying they train wingers now. So I want to check the statistics. If I can find it. Supporter statistics. Nah, still only 7% training winger. Winger is such a good choice. Yeah, imagine you have more people training keepers than wingers. You have more managers training keepers than wingers. So the only situation where it makes sense to start buying players is when you have a lot of money and doing cycle training. No, not exactly, because at some point you want to try to balance things as well. At some point you will not be able to avoid the promotion. So you can't. Like, you'll promote directly if you finish first. But if you want to make money, you have to win the games and make sure you get people, like spectators, for your games. Piccolo Obise, 3-0 now. Kairol Isvan Mod Safi from attack down the left. So at some point you do want to buy some players. Also keep in mind, you can only keep 15 million euros. And at some point you can only earn money and have that money by having a financial director or being able to sell players that are worth something. So at some point it does make sense to perhaps buy a keeper that you can sell. Hopefully he can keep some value and you can sell him and buy a better keeper once you start promoting. But right now, if you're newly started and you are trying to buy a few players just to be able to survive in the 5th division, you also have to remember you will not be winning a lot of games, so the fans will probably not be happy and they won't come easily to the games. So staying down for a while is what I recommend. Pena Rosavarmanta is going behind in the 80th minute. Markus Myrvig. He should be busy man marking. And if I have, like, you're training wingers now. Right now, when you get into a cycle, like once you start getting the bunch together, like when you have Myelina's scores, it's Fabrizio Catin, right attack, and Ciarafarello, C and FC. 2-0 now. Sergio Berardi, alone against the keeper, and he makes it 2. Is it possible to maintain the team on higher divisions without burning through your funds? For example, Division 3. I'd say you could, if your goal is to get to Division 3 and stay there, you could probably make it go around so you could survive for longer without burning all of your funds. But no, not higher than Division 3. Division 2 and the top division, you would definitely have to burn through your spendings, or your savings, sorry. Which is a good and a bad thing, right? It's bad because it does feel bad that you have to like build and burn in order to play at the highest level. But if it wasn't that way, how would you get there in place of those teams already there, right? So it wasn't always like that. It was only when people it feels like the only way to win is to accumulate money for years and then do cycle training, and you win everything until your team gets old, and then you go back to down to Division 6. Mickey B 7-0. Robert Kopicek with the header. Well, I'm guessing you are also spending quite some time perhaps being part of the Cycle Federation, the Cycle Training Federation by Mish. And while certainly you see more and more managers doing so, but the thing is, it also depends when you stop your cycle at the top. It is a cycle in itself, yeah. But you do see some teams, if they choose to stop just a season earlier or two, rather than burning it all to the ground, they could perhaps win another championship. But some of them actually choose to sell the team a season earlier, and actually what they need is perhaps a few good homegrown talent, and they already have the money again. So sometimes they choose to salvage rather than burn everything. It could also be, if they're lucky, getting up early to the divisions. There's an injury for BK's Union Belize. Roberto Sati, and he's been substituted already. Right foot injury. But I could tell you that if you are willing to invest time and learn the market, you could definitely do without saving. You would probably, you also have to remember that initially, one thing is establishing your club. One thing is establishing your club and preparing for your first cycle. But when you get around to playing another cycle, you don't have to. The second time around, you don't have to establish your club. So you could come out at the end of the cycle with some money on the bank, and you have your stadium. And perhaps just as important, you have a network, people you can spar with, make arrangements for the half-baked players as well. Try only with this. I'll tell you what, I started with less in Denmark and in San Marino, and I made mistakes, but we'll see. We will see. Only just a few more minutes to go in the regular playing time. You have 20 millions, but you don't have your wingers yet. Or when are you buying your wingers, and what kind of wingers? How much do I have? Well, you have to remember about my my cycle, that I have my PNF, my half-baked PNF. I have my 2 wingers half-baked, and I have obviously my 3 core players, and then I have like roughly 10 million in the bank right now, and like 10 million in players, and now it's all about making the remaining money skill trading. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot. But as I said, I probably spent 35 million too much on a winger. $35 Danish, so 3.5 million, but I got caught up. And hoping for a few youth players to bring 15-20 millions. Garibaldi, 4-3 now. It was Domenico Ugolini. Yeah, the thing is, I have one player at least who should bring in a pretty penny. But what a game. Lokomotiv Latendicht and Vigum Sorgenfri has ended their game. It was a 2-1 win for Latendicht. Majalinas win 2-0 against Avanti Acoviva Calcio. Penarosa with the equalizer. 90th minute. Nestor Guzman. Yeah, pretty fairly strong. Damiano Tomasi, I think they'll be... Oh, it's tied up in the top. Let's just pay extra attention to this match, because if Bramante manage to score once more, they'll be on their own at the top of the league table. Calvehave wins 5-0 against the Bots from Fiorentino RSM. Let's see. Nah, it's broken. Oh, Vanagor? He has a tendency to get annoyed when things doesn't go his way. Yeah, I've seen him in the Masters thread sometimes as well, being a little angry. But that wasn't about today's match though. Even though he won't be happy about this as well. I will take a look at the league tables in a sec. Four minutes added here in Mickey B and BK's Junior Belize. Ends 3-all in this one. I think we'll head over and take a look at the Campeonato Samarinese. 3 teams battling out at the top of the league. Look at this. +7, +5, +3. Penarosa, Piccolo Bise, and Mayalinos. And right behind them, Damiano Tomassi. Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah. And if we go to Division 4-3, we'll see Raffaello obviously leading the pack here. We're trying to hang on, but it's not easy. We got 3 points ahead of Mickey B and the unknowns. Next week, BK's Union Belize. And yeah, it's starting to help. We have Union Belize and then Mickey B twice. And let's not get fooled by... Yeah, we should be able to play well against Mickey B as well. Francione. Yeah. 11 million for Intercalpehave. And then we have a few players we could sell. We should sell at some point. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the money-making prospect in San Marino, because you play natively in a higher division. I think that's going to be all right. Let's clean up here. I don't know if you're still here, King Slime, but it looks like you are not super lucky in this one, if I'm to be completely honest. Yeah, a little unlucky. Did I miss your... What were you training again? Defense now again. Yeah. Defense. Like the quick spec? Yeah, it depends on the position. Because you, like, the quick players lose in both the sun and in the rain. Siddhat. He looks like a decent player. For sure. Are you man marking him with him? No? A players with quick spec makes a lot of goals. True, and it's quite nice when it works out with the quick players. The thing is, I prefer not to have quick midfielders, for instance, and in some instances, wingers are the player contributing the second most after inner midfielders to midfield rating. So if you have a lot of quick wingers, and it is your half-baked or round up half-baked players, right? Yeah, half-baked players. you do lose a lot of, like if you're unlucky with the weather, you do lose a lot of playmaking contribution to the midfield as well as side attacks. Schulman, is that the home team? Clemens Elbertsen. I mean, they'll have to miss for you to get a counter opportunity. Hits the side netting. See if we get a counter attack here. Here we go. Counter time. Hoping for an attack down the left now. Central attack. Magical counters. Okay, I have to skip this dragon getting... it's okay. I guess. Park JGS. Yeah, guys, I think I'm calling it here. I hope you make a comeback in the final half hour to play, Mr. King Slime. Hopefully you can turn this around. Hitting a counter attack or two down the left would be the way to go here. Hopefully that'll happen. Thank you, Hector, for stopping by. King Slime as well, obviously. I don't know if we have Hampson still here, perhaps, or Marco even, but let's just check this one out before we head out. Yeah, definitely had a nice evening. Had a lot of new faces come say hi and ask good questions, so that was really fun. Let's see here. Timel Sumer through the central defense. But it's one down, and it's a regular attack, so still counter attacks to convert into attacks here. But I am calling it here nonetheless. Good luck with the comeback, King Slime. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next weekend. And yeah, I'm planning to release episode 85 of the Let's Play series tomorrow. So till then, take care, have a great week, and I'll see you guys soon, hopefully. Back just in time to say goodnight. Well, I hope you had a good dinner. Yeah, it was nice of you to check. See, we dragged it on a little here just to follow the match, but I also had a Danish stream earlier today on Twitch. So yeah, I'm getting a little knackered now. I feel it, certainly. But I hope to see you guys soon. Take care. Goodbye.